Hello? 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 I don't know what I'm doing. Hello. I'm here. We are back with a little bit of make and break. Today we are looking at a project that we started pretty recently. This little portal here. But I had some new ideas. Excuse me. And we're going to go ahead and attempt to work on them. So this portal leads to a sort of demonic realm, right? That was the lore that we created for it last time. We're going to keep that going, but we're going to take it and just make it look a little better. It's going to be a little bit more usable for our purposes. So let's go for it. So this whole thing right here, I think it's time that we sort of abandoned this as is. So I'm going to go ahead and just take the whole thing. We're going to scooch it on over here. I really spent a while on this, but I think I overthought it too much. So let's go ahead and make something new. So I'm going to start with a cube. I'm going to go ahead and stretch her up. Make her wide. That's not the wide. Oh, and music. Hold on. What am I doing? There we go. Cool. Now we got some music. Hold on. What is going on over here? There we go. Got a weird message on my phone. All right. So proportion is going to be a big part of this. And I want to get the proportions right. I think that looks about correct to me. Maybe like that right there. Let's try that. Okay. So we have what looks to be proportionately good. So instead of getting all crazy like I did with this one, right? You can see I did stuff to the back and I kind of mangled it up and just got a little ahead of myself. We're going to take this from a very objective, simple mindset. We're going to bevel the top of it. I kind of want to bevel just these two edges here. Just like that. Okay, it's like freaking out on me here. Okay, so we have the bevel. I'm gonna bevel it a lot, actually. And I'm okay with keeping that top panel right there. A little bit of consistency is nice. Now, what we really want to do, I think, is we want to take all of this and smoosh it down and bring her up. There we go. Looks quite a bit better to me. Now the back of this thing is going to be huge. So let's get rid of just that bottom piece and let's try this. I'm having a little bit of an allergic reaction today, so sorry if I'm a little sniffly. Or sneezy. That's just part of the way, you know? I woke up this morning and I hugged my cat a whole bunch. And that's what I get. Okay, so I don't love the way that looks, but we do a bit of stretching and we push it on back. Look at that. Right, so I can get in here and I can muddy this up and make it look crazy later. But that's not the goal right now. The goal is just to make something that looks like it's usable. It's a lived-in object. That's really our goal right now. So I think we're good to inset. The thing that I've been saying forever is that 3D modeling at this point basically just comes down to intelligently solving problems. I mean, there's a lot of hard work involved, of course. There's hard work involved with everything. But most of your problems get solved when you think about things in a way that you weren't thinking about them before. All right. That's looking pretty good to me. So I think what I want to do is then bevel this. We want to probably bring it a little bit forward. And I think we want to just kind of shore up this weird geometry right here. We got a lot of very strange intersecting geometry. It can be kind of hard to tell what we're even looking at. So let's grab all of you and merge right there. Does that ruin the mesh? Oh, the back face doesn't even matter. The back face doesn't even exist. Yeah, there's no back face. Okay, never mind. I was worried that we were going to kind of mess things up, but turns out that's not the case at all. So if we do this, same thing here. Nope, merge at last. Got a little gross. Hold on, let's back up a little bit. I want to go crazy on this, but it just gets so mangled. How do we want to solve this problem? We could do this, and then we could do the same thing we did before. Apply scale first. What were we even thinking? Always be using the simp hack. Simp, I should always be keeping you in the back of my mind. Okay, let's try it again. It didn't quite do what we wanted. Yeah, it still gave us the issue. Instead, I'm gonna try some wild stuff. Hold on. We want to do this way. We want to make it pretty deep. And then we scooch it on forward. That works. It's pretty much what we wanted. Hey Joe, no worries. Yeah, that's perfect. Now, if I'm being really pedantic, I can sit and kind of fix these vertices, but I think the tradition that we've been working with right now is that I'm going to do that sort of stuff off stream. If we have time, we'll do it, but I don't think it's necessary. I'm not too worried about it. But, I mean, that looks pretty good. Looks a lot better than that, that's for sure. Okay. So, last but not least, I think we want to grab this and bevel it to make it look pretty messy. So, here we go. Here comes just me ruining the whole mesh. Not half bad. Not half bad. Okay, so we'll take that, push you down, and we'll smooth things out just a little bit. Yeah, that works. Cool. Now we got to get the front face of this thing looking pretty cool, but I don't know to what importance that is. I suppose if I'm being really crazy, we could grab this, This is exactly what I'm going to do, actually. We're going to edge slide back. Just like that. Nice and easy. Wow. I've never felt like a better 3D modeler in my life. I feel like I actually know what I'm doing for once. All right, I immediately think I'm going to bite those words right here. This looks bad. Yep, that's pretty bad. Might be better just to do the outer edge and let the inner edge be square. Not you. You're gonna be underground anyway. We're not gonna see you. Right? So if we keep going, that's as much as we can go. Okay. So let's just keep copying the same thing we've been doing all day. We'll get things weird and spiky here soon enough. We'll merge you at last, and I really need to fix this geometry. This looks terrible. But I don't hate it. I mean, she looks pretty fine. If we want to get it even weirder, let's go ahead and average out just a little bit. Oh no, terrible. Don't do that. Okay, so here we are. So what are we doing now? Well, I think it's time to start putting teeth on this thing, and I really like the teeth that we already have. So I'm literally just going to copy those teeth. Oh, also, let's make a new collection before we lose our minds. This is going to be called New Portal. Okay. So we're going to take this tooth from before, just put them on over. Am I going to round all this out and make it look nicer? Yeah, I think so. But for the time being... And I can actually make the teeth a little bit more dramatically large, I think, which is a good extra piece to this, I think. Yeah, this works. Nice and simple. We're not overthinking it. We're not doing too much. I may add some more teeth to it. I think I will, actually. But otherwise, we're just keeping it really nice and simple here. Yeah, just keep it really simple. Okay, so something that's very crucial to this whole build is I need to fit a tube in here. That tube that I made yesterday, coming off of that furnace, for anybody that saw stream yesterday, the tube is eventually going to wind its way over here. So we need the tube to match. The tube is going to shrink a little bit, and the part of my brain that understands physics and thinks about thermonuclear stuff doesn't love the idea of shrinking it, but I think it's what we got to do. Okay, check this out. So we have you. In my mind, a human body can fit through this hole. So to scale, that should be a human body right there. So let's copy you. And we're gonna flip you around. Not that way, not that way, this way. There we go. And we can make you a little bit bigger. And turn you around just a little bit. Let's get you up. There we go. It might be a little too dramatic. We don't want this thing to look like mangled. There we go. So now we'll do the same treatment up here. Get you big. We're gonna just make all of them pretty large. Ooh, I like how big that one is. That one is scary. Okay. So we're just keeping the trend. Keeping the trend, keeping it easy. Not overthinking things. That's our worst demon for ourselves, is overthinking things. All right. Look at this. So we're gonna add 2 more teeth. Now, these teeth, what do I want to do to these teeth? Oh wow, that already looks so much nicer. Yeah, if I can scale one side down, I think we have a pretty good setup for some geometry. And then I'll just put a little portal in the back. Yeah, absolutely. This is going to look great. Now, for these last teeth, what do I want to do? I kind of want to make a split tooth. So, tell you what we're going to do. We're going to grab you. You're going to be called Portal Mark II. This is going to be called Bot FL, which stands for far left. This is going to be called Top ML for middle left. I just put a keyframe on there. That was weird. I didn't know you could put keyframes on whether things render or not. Interesting. Interesting idea. You're going to be Top M. Make sure we're labeling everything correctly, because we're going to get out of control real quick. Top MR. You're going to be Top R, because you're big and I can easily identify you. Top L. You're going to be Bot L. And you're going to be Broken. Bottom... Bot broken. Cool. Okay, so let's do the reference point first. Before we get stuck in this, let's add our cylinder. And we'll tip him down 90 degrees. Don't do that. That's location. 90 degrees. This is just for a reference point. I'm not actually rendering this. This is just so I can see how much room we need, especially when I start modeling this thing later. Okay, so it's like right there, right on the ground plane. I should probably put the ground plane as well. Let's do that. Mesh, plane. Make them big. You can be called ground, and ground is going to go up to world, and the cylinder is going to go up to world. Cool. Now, this ground plane is a little too tall for me. That's about right for us. Okay, now we can edit you. Pull you on out. I think we can hide this guy. We're gonna rotate you ever so slightly. We'll say 30, as we are wont to do. We'll say 1. We've done this before. We're just going to do it again. Rotate 30. 1. Rotate 30. 1. Whoa, what the heck? 1. Rotate 30. We're just going to keep doing it. Keep the motion going. Rotate 30. Oh, also, I think I might have just messed up my Twitch chat. I did. Hold on. There we go. Now we've updated to the correct Twitch chat. I wasn't seeing things correctly. I thought something looked a little weird. Alright. We're just going to keep going. And that should do it. And then we just off into no man's land. So we're going to grab all of these faces. Not like that. And we're going to bevel. Looks fine enough for my purposes. We'll shade you smooth. Cool. So we can actually probably close that in a little bit. Getting it kind of close, I think, is going to be nice for us. Give it a little bit of a squish, I think. Cool. Okay, now let's make a split tooth now that we're here. That was the last thing we talked about doing. This is tube. You are our test dummy. All right, this guy. How do we want to do this? Let's go into edit. Let's go ahead and grab a series of faces from it. Extrude along normal. Maybe not those faces. Maybe these faces. And we will pull you down. We're going to put a whole bunch of loop cuts on you. I'm going to say 15. And we're going to see how well we can make this work. This is going to be a bit of a challenge for a bit. This is where I'm a little out of my depth. Okay, so let's take you and bring you down. We want to use sharp as much as possible, I think. Actually, smooth might do it. Okay, so we'll go one more time smaller. Proportionate again. Connected. Okay, actually, first off, put this here, get rid of that. I don't want to see any of this. There we go. Now our zooming should be a little bit easier to work with. Let's merge everything at center. And then we'll take you and we'll shrink you down real small. And we'll proportion it using a sharp. We're going to go hardcore on this sharp. Well, boy, that looks terrible. That looks no good. So instead, I'm going to try sculpting it real quick. Put that strength down. Yes, no, maybe so. Wow, that looks pretty not good, actually. Hold on, hold on, hold on. We're just thinking for a sec. We have good momentum. We're going to keep that good momentum going, but we just need to think for a sec. That looks so bad. That looks gross. I'm thinking that's probably a no. So I think a different way that I could do this. Let's go back. Let's go way back. There we go. Different way I think we want to do this. I kind of want to try just using a knife tool. Let's see if that even works. What is a knife tool going to do for us? Give me this. Let's rotate it to 0. All right, we're on you, and we're in edit mode, and we have a knife, which I can't for the life of me figure out where it is. Does that mean I don't have it? Hold on, hold on, hold on. Blender knife tool. Googling it real quick. You think starting with lower resolution, less polygons initially, and getting the basic shape down first would do wonders for your modeling skills. You could then subdivide in more topo manually. It's probably a really good point. Thank you, Simp. We'll keep that in mind moving forward. I'm going to be a little careful doing it on this one, just since we're already deep into it, but yes, I think you're right. I know how we're going to do it. I know how we're going to do it. I know how we're going to do this. Okay. Bear with me. This is gonna be very scary for just a second. I'm gonna save this. We're gonna go into edit mode. We're gonna grab all of our vertices. Even that one up there, even you. Even you. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna delete them. Empty shell. Okay, so what I'm gonna do here is we're gonna grab you and we're gonna move you to the side and back just a little bit. Probably not that much, 0.05, 0.75, 0.075. Proportion. And we're gonna really lower that proportion on down. I think that's maybe a little too exaggerated for us, but I want to see it before we go for it. Okay, cool. So let's do that. And now we're going to go ahead and object, put a mirror modifier on it. Yeah. Yeah, that's it. Very cool. Okay. So let's not freak out here. Let's take it real slow. I'm willing to go ahead and hit apply. We've already saved. We can load our save if we have to. Okay, so let's grab you. Come on. That's a face. I'm going to subdivide it in just a second. Don't worry. Actually, I'll do it right now. Not bad, not bad. Cool, so all we need to do now is just finish these faces off. Which, hold on. Does the geometry match up? Did I do this wrong? Let's just see it out. I think I might have messed up something. Yeah, something got messed up. I did one extra up here. Yeah, because I cut it disproportionately. Okay, so let's start down here, and we'll work our way up instead, and then that way I can figure out which one I need to solve. It'll all work out, don't worry. So that's as high as we need to go. So I can reverse it here. Perfect. So we can just do this. And this. And then we're done. Yeah, okay, perfect. No problem. Not even a single problem. We solved that. Okay, so I think what we want to do here is we want to... This is a little wide for me. This is the back of the tooth anyway. Let's do this. Let's bring these guys a little closer together. Not all the way, just a little bit. Proportion using connected only, and we're going to lower that proportion down just a little bit. Just like that. Hey, Johnny. Yeah, Johnny, we do art from 2 to 4 Eastern Standard Time, and then games 4 to 6. Pretty much every time we stream. So there's always a little bit of art and a little bit of games going on. All right, now I want to curve this. So let's go ahead and grab just this. Yeah, wait, first off, before I do that, we need to add some faces here. This is a little much for me. So we'll do, say, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Whoa, 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 hold on. Got a little out of control there. 4. And then we can easily just bridge those together. And then, is this the worst thing that's ever happened? Is this the worst hole you've ever seen? Because I think it might be a mistake on my end. Should I re-topology as I'm going down? That might be a good idea. I don't know if there's a super need for it, but that doesn't look bad. That's not the worst thing I've ever seen. Okay, yeah, we'll keep it like this. This is fine. And I'm gonna try to fix it this way. Proportional, using connected. Definitely looks a little weird. I think this gap might be too big. Honestly, I think that's exactly what it is. Okay, new idea. Yeah, no, we'll do it the easy way. I'm not gonna overthink it. I'm not gonna give myself too much work. We're gonna go like this. Look at this, look at this. I'm learning. In fact, I'll just use Shift R as well. Let's go extra fast. Done. There we go. That looks a lot better. Now I can take the whole thing and shrink it down, I think. Make it a little smaller. And now we get mangled. We're gonna do something like that. With a connected proportion using a sharp, I think. That's too far back. So when teeth splay like this, they tend to come back forward. This needs to be worked out. I need to fix this part right here, but it coming forward like that looks pretty real to me. Not that this needs to be real. I mean, this is a fantasy depiction of pretty weird stuff, I gotta say. So, probably doesn't matter that much. Okay, so we're gonna rotate that. We're gonna shrink this down. And then we're gonna grab just the end and push you in and down just a little bit. Come on. Sure, that works. So again, this one needs some help. So let's go ahead and just slide some vertices. In fact, this whole thing could probably use a little bit of a squish. And a push forward. Same with you, just a little push forward. There we go. 2 of those. That's too many. 1 of those. The heck is going on here? How does this face even exist? Okay, so we'll try just these 2 real quick. That looks a little better to me. And then we'll do some face sliding. Okay, not bad. This is not the most beautiful thing I've ever seen. I'm not trying to make any sort of declarations there. But, it's all right. It'll work. Right. These guys need some help. Ooh, that did wonders. Wow, that solved that problem instantly. Okay, cool. Let's do the same thing here. Okay. I think I can call it here. Oh, 1 more. get out of this. Oh, it's got some weird little bits to it. I think I do need to fix it, but I don't want to spend too much more time on this for now. Especially that. That needs to be rounded. We'll get there. Anyway. We're going to call you top FR. FL. Your top FL. We'll go ahead and turn you on. We'll push you on back. And is it even going to work? It certainly looks weird compared to the rest of them. I kind of like just a little bit of it sticking out like that. That's kind of cool. Honestly, it looks pretty good when you put them all together like that. I mean, that's horrifying, which is the goal. It's meant to look very uncanny. Not that I want to use that as an excuse for my work or anything, but like, it looks scary. It's doing its job. All right, we'll go ahead and just copy you. The heck was that? You come up here and you are top FR. We're done. I'm gonna go ahead and rotate you. And we're gonna push it towards the back. That's a chewing tooth. Actually, we could actually have these guys touching a little bit. I don't hate that idea. Like that. There we go. So we've made something very strange. Very, very weird. I love it. I'm definitely going to put Fresnel filters on these things and give them like an iridescent gleam. I think that's going to be really cool for us. So now what? Well, now I got to make the locks. So we want chains coming from the sides of this thing with locks in the center of them. Which makes me think, how do we want to do this? Let's start with the lock. Let's just make a lock to begin with. I'm going to go cylinder. 90 degrees. Actually, I'm going to make this a new collection as well. We're going to call you locks. All right. Let's hide all that. We can hide all this. Oh, top FL got put in there. There we go. We have a cylinder that I threw 90 meters away. It's not what I meant to do. I do that literally every time. Okay. Let's make this thing work. So a lock. Let's keep it simple. Let's keep it really simple. We're not going to overthink it. I know we want to make things very complicated, but there is no reason to do that. So, I think I do actually want to make the cylinder like very detailed though. We'll do 50. All right. Start with less faces. Simp is telling us to start with less faces. All right, Simp, we're taking your advice. 12. 12 is a good number. All right, Simp. You're our guardian angel today. So let's think here. We want a little bigger than that so we can get the bevel correct. All right, edit mode. You and you. Bevel. We want the bevel to come gently into the face on the sides there. I'm actually going to use much more bevels. But we're going to go ahead and stretch them. That's strange. I think that still gives us what we want, but that kind of blew my mind for a second. I didn't realize what was going on. There we go. There we go. Does that look about right? I'm gonna say it needs to be slightly skinnier. We're making like a coin. Yeah. That's just about perfect. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Okay. So then, I think all we really need to do now is put a keyhole on here and then subdivide. Okay, yes, let's do that. As I have something in my eye. So let's make like the very traditional dumb looking keyhole real quick. I'm gonna go ahead and make a cylinder. What? You're not a cylinder. What am I doing? Cylinder. Keyhole. I think 30 is about right for us. If you're gonna subdivide, there's way too many faces on the bevel. Got it. Okay, let's... Simp, we're just going for it. I'm going to take your advice at face value. So we're going to go ahead and lower this down to 2 or 3 or 1. Thinking 2's probably the right number here. I'm going to click 2. We're going to make sure we get the face correct. 0.25. 0.2. That's right. Okay, and I'm going to do the same thing I did before. We're going to stretch it way out. A little less than we did last time. And then we're going to bring them together. We have a coin. And it's about where it was last time. I actually really like the dimensions here, so if it was different than last time, this actually looks perfect right here. Okay, so we're going to keep it like that for now. I'm going to go ahead and make a cylinder with 30. I know that's a lot. I don't plan on editing this thing too much, so no worries there. We're just making a keyhole. Okay, so I want 1, 2, 3, 4, maybe 5. I'm gonna say 5 was too many. Yeah, it looks just about perfect to me. Let's say 1.5. Looks about right to me. And then I'm gonna go ahead and dissolve some edges. combine all of these at last. I'm not thinking about this too much. We just want to make the shape. We'll do all the cutting and stuff later. Okay. Very default looking keyhole. Not too much to think about it. You know, looking at it, hold on. Looking at it for just a second, I kind of think it would serve us better if this was a little skinnier. Like that. No, maybe I liked it better the first way. In my mind, it should be a little skinnier though. Alright, this is where we need a reference. Let's get old keyhole. Oh, they're more like straight cuts. Yeah, they're not quite so cartoony like this. Okay. Hold on. So it was 5. And we need to extrude straight down. Might even be more than that. Extrude straight down. Some of them are a little bit rounded. But for the most part, this looks fine to me. Cool. So we'll do the same thing as last time. Merge it last. Nope, right there. Merge it last. And then we're gonna grab you and pull you down just a little bit more. And then you need to be a little bit wider. Something's weird about it. Something doesn't make sense to me. I'm looking at a keyhole right now. It looks just like that. Have I just been looking at it too long? Back. Who knew making a keyhole would be the hardest part of this whole thing? So we'll say 1.5. This time we're not going to stress the details as much. We're just going to go for it. And we're out. I'm gonna Boolean it, yes. What's the wisdom on Booleans? That looks so much better. That looks perfect. That looks exactly like the pictures I'm looking at. All right, this guy. We're waiting on Simp's wisdom real quick. I get that we shouldn't be using them. What would be the alternative? How would I make this shape otherwise? Like I've seen a lot of talk about Booleans being bad and stuff, and I get it. I do. I understand. But, you know, sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do, right? Just polymodeling. Now, at this point, I've been modeling for 6 months. I don't know what polymodeling is. Like, I know. Slap on the wrist, I'm terrible. What is polymodeling? Is that edit mode, or is that like a totally different process? It's a fast way for beginners. Yeah, I get that. Well, in the meantime, I'm going to keep this keyhole here, just like that. And we'll wait to boolean it. Maybe we'll consider polymodeling. Whatever polymodeling is. But in the meantime, let's go ahead and put this at 0. Oh, not what I want to do. Set origin to geometry. 0, 0. Just manipulating in edit mode. Okay, cool. I didn't know that was called polymodeling. The more you know. Set origin to geometry. You're going to be 0. We're going to say right about there looks good. That actually looks pretty decent. We'll get back to it. So I'm just leaving the keyhole for now. Cool. So now what we want to do is make a torus. And we're using Simp's method. We're going to use low poly. Actually, low poly is going to be huge for us right now. This could actually like make the whole thing right here. So yes. NURBS/CAD and sculpting. Got it. NURBS/CAD. I know what CAD is. I've never heard of NURBS. I'm assuming it's the same thing, given that you put them in the same category, but I've never heard of that. What is NURBS? What does that stand for? NURBS. What would NURBS stand for? Hold on, we're Googling NURBS. I need to know what NURBS is. NURBS modeling. Non-uniform rational basis spline. Got it. So you're dealing with splines the whole time. Yep. That's actually, when I was a kid, I had some like really weirdo 3D modeling software. It came like pre-packaged with a game or something. Like it wasn't good. You would not use it professionally. And I'm pretty sure it was spline based. And I remember just kind of, I liked it because I have a math brain. I'm definitely more inclined towards math than I am towards art. Let that sit with you for a sec while you see the wreck of a model that I'm doing right now. Fusion 360 and MO are great for NURBS. Interesting. Well, at this point, Blender is maybe the best thing ever. I love Blender. So I will not be changing my preference, but for anybody out there that needs some spline-based mathematical systems, you got it. Okay, so we need a little brace here. Blender with a heart next to it. Simp and Johnny Mercado they're it. If this video goes on YouTube and this is 3 years later and I don't know, you're an alien race that's found this in a dumpster somewhere, go look for Simpames, I think you would say it, and Johnny Mercado 3D. Whatever they're up to when you find this video in the archive somewhere, they're going to be doing crazy stuff with Blender. That's for sure. These guys know everything. And I'm sure they feel like they have tons to learn on their own. I'm sure that they feel like they're still learning. And I'm sure they are. But like, you guys might as well be rocket scientists to me. All right, so we are here. And we want to do the cylinder as our basis. Even though the base is already right, we're going to use the cylinder. Look at that. Okay, so we got this shape. Now I will do chains coming off of this to the edge. So, making chains, making chains. I think simp might kill me if I do this, but I'm going to do it anyway. We're gonna do really detailed. I love that my really old name that is basically a Finnish nickname has become something so close to the S word here in Twitch. Hey, man. It all comes around eventually. I mean, language at the end of the day is just bizarre. For a little bit of background knowledge, for anybody interested, I went to college and graduated about 5 years ago now. Man, it's been 5 years. That's crazy. I graduated from college with an English degree. So what I'm doing streaming 3D modeling on Twitch, couldn't even begin to tell you. But yeah, I got my start with English, and the practice of language is awesome. English is so weird. What do I want to do here? Hold on. Is it? Okay, what would you prefer I call you, by the way? Let's get into that conversation then. I feel like it can't be against TOS if that's like basically what your username is, but I understand the concern and I appreciate you looking out for me. What should I call you? Simo. All right, from all future topics, simp is now known as Simo. Let it be known. What am I doing? Let's do... Okay, I've learned this recently. Control I. Now I wanted to make a chain link. Oh, I know what I did wrong. I know what I did wrong. I used an even number torus. Yes. Taurus 21. It was banned around New Year. Got it. Did not know that. Appreciate you looking out for me. That's very kind of you. Simo. That's a nice name. I like Simo. Simo's cool. Humana. Let's go ahead and close those two for a second. I'm just going to sit here and work off of some toruses. I know there's a really easy way to make... Hold on. No. What are we doing? These are demons. These are like scary creatures. They don't use normal chain links. What are we doing? They use like squares. Look at this. Why are we making crazy chain links when we don't have to? All right, again, we will use the sim pack. Always makes our scales look a little bit better. And then I will bridge our faces together, and then we will take everything except for these guys and give them a bevel. We'll keep the bevel small. That looks really good. So now we'll just keep it nice and simple. Weird. I wonder why they banned the S word. I mean, I guess people were being bullied with it, but you think they would just ban, like, bullying, right? Like, if you're being derogatory towards your chat, like, that's its own problem. I don't think you necessarily need to, like, make a word a part of that. It's a little weird to me. Suppose it's not for me to know. Yeah, it sort of draws more attention to it than it helps. It's like, okay, what's the story? There's an actress. I want to say it's Gwyneth Paltrow, but it could be somebody else. It might be Barbra Streisand, actually. The Streisand effect. I think it's Streisand. There's an actress who, they were getting pictures. Well, first off, there's a guy who runs a website where he takes pictures of the LA beach line or something, right? So he just goes by in a helicopter and he's just taking pictures of the beach line. And I guess he took a picture of an actress's house. And so what they did is they made a big fuss about it. That's exactly what we had before, isn't it? No, it's not. Hold on. If I dissolve these two. That's perfect. That's what we want. That's it. I hope that's not exactly what we started with, because otherwise I will look like a dummy. Yeah, so this person, they went by in their helicopter and they took a bunch of pictures of celebrities' houses. But it was just like pictures of the beach line. And I don't want to muddy the politics of it. Maybe they were being insidious. Maybe they weren't. I don't know. I don't know the guy. So they take all these pictures and they post on their website with no like real caption or anything. It's just pictures. It's just pictures on a blog that nobody ever looked at. And I guess Barbra Streisand found out about it somehow, like an agent or somebody tipped her off. And so she sued the guy. And what worked out for her is every single person went and looked at the website and figured out where she lived. And so it's like, good work. Like you drew attention to this thing that you thought was going to be a problem. And then you just manually made it a problem for yourself. Why? Why would you do that? And I guess Twitch banning the S word, it reminds me of that, right? Like, you're making something that probably isn't that big of a deal, a big deal. I'm sure there's people who are, like, you know, being helped by this. I'm sure there's people who've been bullied or whatever, and this is a hot button topic for them, and that's fair. I'm not saying people don't deserve to be defended or anything like that, but I think just banning bullying would be a lot easier than banning a single word. Certain words obviously carry more meaning, right? Like, if there was somebody in my chat whose name was the N-word, yeah, we're gonna have a problem. Like, in no way, shape, or form is that gonna be cool with anybody. But simple words, I don't know about that. Okay, so now that I've rambled on for far too long, we got this. I'm gonna see if I can deform it just a little bit. No, we don't want to. We want to keep it just like that. I'm kind of considering keeping it a perfect square on the center side here. I don't know if that's a good idea, though. I sort of like it like this. This is fine. What does it look like? Yeah, that'll do. Now, something that you see a lot, a very common design language, especially how the S word was used by some communities and people kind of use the word to describe themselves and all of that. Yeah. I mean, it's like, okay, I don't want to be sensational. I don't really like being somebody who gets into it. But like, there's people who affectionately refer to themselves as dumb. right? Like, oh man, that was so dumb of me, right? No problem. We don't have an issue with that. But if you banned the word dumb, it's only going to make it weirder for the people who do that. It's not going to help people who are like, wow, you're dumb, and they're being mean. It's like, if you're being mean and calling somebody dumb, that's bullying, right? And that's a different actionable offense. That's something that you can like realistically get somebody on, I would say. Anyway, we're not gonna dwell too much on that. I think this is kind of sensitive territory because there are things that are very offensive to people, and the further down this rabbit hole you go, the closer you get to legitimately hurting somebody. So there's a subtlety to it. You can't go all the way down. So I'd be worried to fully have an opinion on anything because eventually I will be wrong. And not that there's anything wrong with me being wrong, but I don't want to kind of bolster the wrong opinion. Anyway, Twitch, chill out. You don't need to be bad-mouthing weird words that people use for fun. Okay, in the meantime, we are just making some spikes. Here is the brilliant idea. So we're gonna use sharp. And I think a little bit of definition on here. Actually, no, there's a way easier way to do this. What am I doing? Way easier way to do this. Way easier way to do this. I know how to do this. Oh man, I've never been more ready for something in my life. This is it. We're gonna merge at center. Oh, I've never been more ready. Finally, I can call myself a 3D modeler. Okay, so we're gonna grab you. And we're gonna grab you. And we're gonna bring these guys down. Really small. And then we're gonna bring them close together. Pretty close to the edge. Right? And then we bevel them. And what do we get? Well, that kind of looks weird, but sure. Probably don't need that much definition on it. Look at that. That is horrifying. Okay. So we're going to smooth out, just make them a little smaller. Look at that. That is what demonic chains look like. Bada boom. Yeah, and when I shade it, it'll be no problem. It'll be just like that. Oof, we're here. Cool. So let's go ahead and call it chain link A. We're gonna copy you. Hello? No, we're gonna copy you. Chain link B. This one's gonna be easy, right? 90 degrees, and you pop it over half the length of this thing, which I'm not using length, so that's a little difficult for me to register. Actually, we don't even want to do halfway. We want to go all the way. Huzzah! We've done it. So now we can take those and probably just leave them as is, I think. Do we want to link them together? Not yet. But anyway, these are our chain links. If I copy both of them, let's do that. Get rid of you. Let's join those together. You're going to be called chain link C, which stands for combo. And then we can add an array modifier. And we can offset by, whoa, 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 whoa. 0.82. That was close. 0.84. Looks about perfect to me. And we can just go. Boom, we made a chain. We've made a demonic square-looking chain with spikes on it. Absolutely. Tell me that wasn't brilliant. I did that with my own brain. Cool. So we can hide that for now. And we're back to this cylinder, this keyhole. We're upside down. Torus. So, shall I keep with the square language? Part of me says yes. I'm debating how much effort I want to do here. Because I could make it where the chain just goes on the back of this. And these are just kind of free-floating elements. I'm worried about getting the chain to line up correctly and just looking a little awkward. It might be cool if these are kind of magical. So I'm doing that. That's exactly what I'm going to do. Okay, Simp, you want us to go ahead and subdivide this. Correct? Is that it? Is that all you meant? That's like the last step, is we just subdivide it like that? I'm gonna subdivide it once in this menu instead. That's gonna be a little bit easier for us. Subdivide modifier. Ah, because then if you have to keep changing the shape, you just keep changing the shape. Gotcha, 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 gotcha. That's what we were talking about the other day with your model. Oh, I'm calling you, yeah, sorry, CGSimo. I'm gonna have to learn that. CGSimo. Yikes, I'm definitely gonna get in trouble with that. Okay, this works. Yep, we're definitely gonna use that. Think Simon and drop the N. Simo. Simo, got it. So I'm thinking that's probably about where we want to be. It looks like a cheese wheel. So we can just leave that on. We don't need to sit and think about that. Cool. So let's not do that yet. Let's do the Boolean. And I know I'll be the villain of this whole world using a Boolean here. We're going to Boolean the keyhole. Hit apply. You can edit how much the edges round by creasing the edges. Creasing the edges. With sculpt? Or what do you mean by crease? Okay. I find that this whole process can be very challenging. So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna grab all of these. We're We're going to delete them. Not like that. We're going to delete the faces. We're going to grab all of the edges. We're going to grid fill. Doesn't want to grid fill. Control E to crease edges. Let's give that a try in just a second. That sounds very interesting to me. Control E to crease edges. I've never even heard of that. Okay, can we grid fill this? I don't think we can. No, we need to grid fill something flat. Why? Well, I think the easiest thing to do is just to poke it. Is that what I want to do? I'm not sure. Shift E. Okay. There we go. Control E opens the menu. Got it. Okay. We'll jump into that in just a second here. Now, the real question is, can I grid fill this? Ooh, it's weird. Why does it not want to catch? There we go. Oh, something's messy here. Something's not adding up correctly. I see it. And then there's one up here. Where are you? There you are. Right there. The edge doesn't match, so they have to be like a similar shape, is what you're saying. That makes sense. Well, if that's the case, I can do some very simple little fills like this. Same edge count. Got it. Simo, you have all the wisdom in the world. I'm going to say your name in a regular amount of times for a little bit here while I try to not say the thing that's been banned on Twitch. So if I say your name a disorderly amount of times, it's because I'm trying to not break TOS. Okay. And then we're gonna poke. I'm gonna fix these pokes later, I promise. I know they look disgusting. We'll get there, don't worry. I know how bad this looks. I'm gonna fix it. Don't even worry. Let's just do one at a time. I don't want to mess anything up. Yeah, I will re-topo that later. It kind of looks like Kingdom Hearts. I mean, everything with a keyhole, I guess, looks a little bit like Kingdom Hearts. But sure. I mean, that's a crazy-looking symbol. Anybody who's looking for the next symbol for their, like, cryptocurrency company, here you go. I made it. Alright, so you're telling me to crease edges. Shift E. What the heck? What is that? Won't like those stars and tries? Got it. Okay, well, we'll cross that bridge when we get there then. Also, what in the world is creasing? What does this do? Does it make two... It makes two vertices doesn't it? No. You can only see it when you use subdivide modifier. Wow, it's weird. It's very strange looking, that's for sure. Okay. I'm thinking about how to solve this problem right here that we're looking at. And I have a solution. I'm gonna go ahead and make a ring and J the faces in the ring until eventually we subdivide down into the center. I'm not doing that on stream. So we're gonna call this it for the time being. Okay, so let's go ahead and keep it going. Portal. We'll call you lock. If a human can fit in here, that's about a little smaller than a human head. Maybe just about the same size. It's good enough for me. It's a big lock. And now the chain link. New idea. New idea. Let's put in some curves here. Okay, this is gonna get messy. I know I'm gonna mess up here. This is not my strong suit. So bear with me. No, I want just a really simple curve. Add just an arc. An arc will do. Why are there so many curves? There's like 1,000 curves in this menu. Sure. Whatever. So if I take this and we do -90 and 90. Why does it look like that? Oh, I'm in edit mode. Hold on. What on earth is up with curves? Why are curves so weird? Why on earth are curves the strangest thing? Did the origin get messed up? Should I origin to geometry? Let's try that. Yeah, that's weird. I didn't even do anything to it. It just like automatically broke. It comes broken out of the box. Okay, so we got one arc there. I'm gonna make a few more. End angle 30. I'm a little confused about what arcs are. Why do they look like this? Right? What on earth is this thing? Why does it look like this? Okay, so that should be pretty good for the back. This will be the last one. I have never used arcs. I don't blame you. This is very weird. This makes very little sense. Pretty sure it's similar to a spline. I agree. I just don't know why they made it like this. I think it might be kind of cool. Here we go. Check this out. Let's go up. And we're gonna meet at the exact same endpoint right there. Maybe a little higher. Okay. Do I feel comfortable with this? Sure. So chain link C. Let's go ahead and put you off to the side here for a sec. Copy, copy. Array. Now, we want to path it. How do I do this? We want to array... Oh, we had it right the first time. 0.84. I think we want to make it quite a bit smaller. That's probably a decent enough size right there. And let's add another modifier, curve. Curve on arc. Hello? The heck is this? What? Why did it do that? What on earth? Hold on, hold on, hold on. Blender fit object to curve. Set the origin of the object to geometry by pressing this. You need to set the origin in the middle of the object. I thought I had done that. Okay, hold on. I see. Do we need to apply the array modifier first? Or do I need the array modifier? I'm a little confused. Let's just learn. We're learning first. Learn first. Okay. No. I get it. I get it. I know what's happening. We want to use the the CGSimo hack, as we're going to call it. What the heck is going on? What on earth, my man? Now we're gonna use the CGSimo hack. Now, does the hack work on here? You can't. Okay, cool. Good to know. Let's copy these dimensions onto here. Theoretically, this is it. So I'm going to go ahead and apply arc. Why? What is doing this? Okay, for the sake of experimentation, we're going to apply an array modifier. And we know our dimensions, 0.84. I'm gonna just get it to the length that we want it, just about. That looks about right to me. It'll probably shrink a little bit. We're gonna hit apply. I'm gonna save first, then we're gonna apply. And then we're going to set origin to geometry. We're gonna match this geometry one more time. Which, what? Okay, sure. Let's try it. If it doesn't work this time, I don't know what's going on. Why? Who would ever use this? Oh, you know what I want to do? I want to put all of my geometry mangled. I just want to absolutely ruin it. Why? Why would you do this? Who does that? I mean, dare I try and do it manually? Because I think I could do it manually. Check this out. I think I can do it manually. That works on that axis. Doesn't quite work on that axis. Let's shrink it down just a little bit. Careful, careful, careful. Okay, the spikes are out, and the spikes are out. That works for me. Now, I just want to tilt it. How are we going to tilt it? Let's hit apply. Let's set origin to geometry. These are rigid objects. I can't exactly... All right, let's be crazy. Let's do this thing. Tell you what. I'm up for it. I'm up to be crazy right now. What we're gonna do, I've saved a little bit ago. If it breaks, I don't really want to redo all this, but we can redo it if we have to. I'm gonna grab all of it. I'm gonna give it some physics. We're gonna give it rigid body. Active 1 kilogram. Mesh. Hoping that my computer can process that. It's not a lot of geometry. Shouldn't be a big deal. And then we're going to go into edit mode. And we're going to separate by loose parts. And then we're going to grab just this one and turn you to passive. And just you and turn you to passive. Is this gonna work? This is gonna be a real show, isn't it? That's the arc. I don't need to worry about that. Am I missing anything? Am I missing anything? Okay. To use the curve modifier, you have to move the object on the curve. I thought I was on the curve. Okay. I'm thinking we're over and then it deforms it. Yeah, I don't get exactly what that means though. How do I get the physics to work without having it go absolutely nuts? Check, 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 check. We're gonna try this one more time. It's all a single object. Are they just too close that they just go nuts? I just want them to fall on each other. Is it always going to spring if I have them inside of each other? All right. Simo has left us a nice little thing on Discord. Simo, you're a real champion, honestly. You do great work. All right, so we're on our Discord. Hold on. Aha! Aha! I see what you're doing. I will go down this rabbit hole with you. I hope it works. I'm a little bit worried that it's not going to work, but I have no reason to distrust. Okay, so let's do it. Curve modifier. Curve. Arc. Now we... What the heck is going on? What is going on? Oh, this is... I think I could fly a carrier plane faster than this. Okay, while you look at that stuff. While you're thinking about that, I'm gonna think about how to solve this problem. Because I do have an idea. I want to separate by loose parts. And we're gonna hope and pray that the world around us is pure and kind and gentle. And this is gonna solve all of our worldly problems. Right here and now. Okay, so you two can be not joined yet. Hold on. You all are not allowed to join in holy matrimony. Set origin to geometry. Set origin to geometry. We're gonna put you closer in. That's as much space as I can give it. Without it going crazy, that's a lot of space. Okay, so we join them. And we set origin to geometry. And we put it to a distance that we like, which I think is probably right there. And then I'm going to remove the curve modifier. We're going to grab it, put an array modifier on it. It is 0.84. It is 0.75. Yep, that's it, exactly. We're gonna go all the way across. don't love that. I can move things. I can move things later. I'm not worried. You think I'm worried? I'm not worried. It's fine. So we're gonna hit apply. We're going to set geometry. Scooch it over. Oh, the geometry was messed up on the physics. I figured it out. A little too late. We can solve it right here, though. It'll be nice and easy for us. Oh, I'm so dumb. Man. Oh, my phone just, like, crashed. Hold on. There we go. That was weird. Phone just decided to stop working. Okay, so I'm going to add physics to this. Man, if this doesn't work, I don't know what will. Okay, so now we go to edit mode, separate by loose parts, object mode. Let's turn you into a passive. Let's turn you into a passive. And then what we're gonna do is we're gonna set origin to geometry. Can I control? No. We're just gonna keep doing it. What? Set origin. What? Object. Object. Set origin to geometry. What on earth is happening? Let's do the other one. This got out of hand very quick. This is how every single one of these streams goes. They always end up like this. Okay, so I'm just gonna have to sit and do each one manually. Oh, that's a yikes. Yep, okay, cool. Why? Why? Why do I have to do this? Doesn't make any sense. Okay, here we go, here we go, here we go. We're going to remove rigid body, right? Shift R, Shift R, Shift R, Shift R. I have the origin of the arc and the origin of the object in the same place. I don't get how that applies. I'm gonna try this method really quick and then we'll get back to the curve. Cause I think you're probably right with the curve. I think the curve is probably exactly what we want to do, but in editing the arc in object mode is a big no-no. Got it. That makes a lot of sense to me. That makes perfect sense to me. Okay, look at this. Now we are speed incarnate. I've never been faster in my life. You know what I'm gonna do next? I'm gonna set up the physics, rigid body with a mesh. Rigid body, okay. We'll have to change them to mesh manually. That's okay. Now if this doesn't work, I don't know. I don't know what we do from there. Mesh. Nope, you gotta do it manually. Okay. We made pretty good time there. Especially to be problem solving a brand new thing I've never done before. Cool. So while I'm doing this, what I think I want to do next time, and I have to do a bit of research because it sounds very scary to me. I think I'm going to try and make a skybox. I've been thinking about skyboxes a lot lately, and I have to make one for the project that I'm working on. I don't get a choice, so whether it's hard or not, I'm going to have to learn how to do it. But I think we're going to make a skybox on Sunday. So this portal is going to be sitting here, and there's going to be a skybox behind it that we're going to make. So I have some tutorials that I'm following right now. We'll see how they turn out. Otherwise, I don't know. We'll just have to figure it out. Okay, cool. So we are here. Now we cross our fingers, and we run it. And it's gonna blow up. It's gonna blow up. Yes. Yep. Well, this will be a great animation for me to incorporate once we're done with the actual setup. So cool. Let's put the animation to 0 frames. And we're just gonna undo all of this, and I don't think we can go all the way back. Yep, that's about as good as we can go. Animation set to 0. All right, do you think we would be able to do that curve edit in 10 minutes? Because otherwise, I think we're gonna call it, and I'm gonna take a break. Get rid of you. Get rid of you. Yeah, what are the chances that we could solve this in 10 minutes? You two can actually be joined together. And I will delete all of our arcs except for one while we sit and think about it. It's looking like we're not gonna be able to do this in the amount of time that we have. So instead, I'm gonna go ahead and just take my inspiration for the teeth, and we're gonna do the teeth real quick. So let's do that. Get out of there. Okay, so if I go into this mode, are we out? Yeah, we're out. Kind of love how purple that looks, but nope, we want a real HDRI. Let's do a nighttime field. Ooh, ooh, she looks good. Oh, she looks good. Cool. I sort of dislike... There's so many of the same materials. What are we doing here? Oh, that's my portal. Let's call that portal. We'll go into this. And we're gonna delete these stones. Oh, it's not letting us delete them. Never mind. We'll just make a new one. That's fine. We'll go to stone 1. Copy. Call you teeth. And I think we want to just use a glossy. And we're going to use a color ramp. always be using a color ramp. That's just how life works. White, off-white, kind of a gross greeny color, I think. 0.15, that works. That's a perfect color. All right, and we're gonna want a Fresnel, and dare I say we're going to use a Vernoy. This is gonna get weird quick, I can tell you that. We're gonna do like that, and then we're gonna do roughness, and we're gonna do displacement. So if I scale this thing up, shouldn't look like that. Why does it look like that? Oh, there we go. Okay, I can combine these two together to make the sort of thing I want. Let's do 25. Should probably be using texture coordinates because I need to scale everything down. So we want texture coordinates with a vector using, I want to say mapping is correct. And then we scale the Z down to like 0.5 or like 5. There we go. Precisely what we want. Get them a bit bigger, make them all cracked and weird and awkward. Now, why is it green? What has the green got to do with anything? Okay. So, let's get the teeth looking good. I think we want to add... Come on. I think we want to push these back. Add a math node. Is it math? It is math. That's weird. I don't really understand how nodes work to some degree. There's like some weird magic to them. In my mind, these little gray circles always represent linear math. The yellow circle represents like two-dimensional grid-based math, and the purple represents 3D math. But Fresnel isn't a single number. It's based on coordinates, so it should be yellow, but it's gray. Which I don't really understand how that works. Okay, anyway. Not overthinking it too much. We're gonna add like a little bit of red on here. Ooh, that works so nicely. Yep, so now there's some red bleeding from the cracks, and when you turn, it'll follow and watch your gaze. And I will actually lower this down to 0.1, and we'll lower that red. Get it to 1. Let's lower it to like 0.75. Cool. So yeah, it basically will follow you as you walk around this thing. I can get it more or less scary if I want to. 2.5. I like 2. 2's nice and subtle. That way people won't notice it right away. And it's also breaking because we have the displacement going directly in like that. So, looks good. It's very scary. Let's do some teeth. I could put a displacement modifier or a displacement node in between the Vernoi and the displacement on the materials, and I could determine how high I want those spikes to be, but I'm not worried about that right now. To me, this is just like very scary. Like, look at that. We put this on a stone back. That's pretty scary looking. Cool. So yeah, all things considered, there's more that I wanted to do today. This is certainly not the end result for this, but I think this is all that we're really gonna do on stream for now. So maybe we'll revisit this project in a little bit, but it's suitable. It works. It's pretty good for now. Otherwise, I'm gonna go ahead and take a real quick break, just to throw a little bit of water in my body and go to the bathroom, because I've had to go since 3:15, and I've just been a big boy and held it in. And I'm gonna be back to play some Noida, and it has Twitch participation. So if you want to love me or hate me, you got a perfect conduit to do so. Otherwise, I will see you in a brief moment. Peace out.